Welcome to Pink Radio with Prestige. This is the place for you, the diva boss entrepreneur who needs quick tips on building your crave-worthy brand. This is your host, Nicole Doss, CEO of the Prestige Society, a membership organization for women entrepreneurs who believe in building powerful networks while slanging in their industries. So I want you to go ahead and grab your favorite cup of coffee and get your favorite tips right here with Prestige. Hey, everyone. This is your girl, Nicole Doss, CEO and founder of the Prestige Society. And I am so excited to talk about this topic. I need to give a disclaimer. There is absolutely no shade being thrown, but please grasp this as a lesson. And we're going to talk about what I believe to be oversaturated market of the Bling CEOs. That's right. Listen, I literally get about 3 friend requests from this paparazzi jewelry consultants in a week from people I do not know. And then on top of it, I literally get people that I do know, averaging about 2 or so a week, asking if they can post things on my platform, which I support, or just giving some information about maybe a virtual party that they're hosting. And honestly, I'm all for my friends and supporting my friends. It's the people I do not know that at some point I just get frustrated. And today I was invited to a paparazzi party from someone I did not know, and it frustrated me. And I so get it, because let me tell you, about 2 or 3 months ago, I remember seeing a post where someone put on Facebook a nice little letter to all of the consultants out there that sell paparazzi jewelry. And they just kindly said, please do not ask me to buy anything from you, because I literally know 100 personal people that I do know that I'd rather support. And I thought, wow, that's kind of harsh. But today I've hit my threshold. And so I decided I want to speak on this because I feel like I want to help some of these girl bosses out. So the first thing that I thought was really interesting is that I wanted to do some research on how many actual consultants are there, because it literally feels like there are millions of consultants out there. Well, it looks like at any given point in time since their inception in 2013, there was about 75,000 women who decided to jump on this opportunity of starting their own business through paparazzi jewelry. But on an average, about active people a month, it's about 20,000 consultants. So let me explain to you how that's like not a lot of people. When you look at Mary Kay, they literally have over 2.4 active consultants, 2.4 million active consultants around the world. If I were to look up other companies like Arbonne, Scentsy, I'm sure the numbers would be even, just as large. So then I had to think to myself, why does it feel like we are being taken over by the clan of the $5 jewelry? And I realized what it is. It's because there was a complete explosion with paparazzi jewelry at one given time. You figure if they started in 2013, Mary Kay started like in 1964. I made that up. Do not go by my year. I'm just saying, it was a long time. She literally based her model off of Tupperware parties. I'll explain to you how I know that later. And I just said, you know what? I started thinking about how to help women succeed, because when there is a perception that a market is oversaturated, even if it's not true, like trust me, no one who just received your invitation to come to your virtual party for paparazzi jewelry is going to take the time to Google how many paparazzi consultants are there in the US. No one's doing that but me. So trust me, I am your personal research and development department at this time, okay? Once again, no shade. Learning lessons only. Please continue to listen. I want to help you. Okay. And this is not just for the paparazzi person. This is for any one person who works in an industry who believes that they are oversaturated. And if you believe that you do not fall in that category, I'm just going to give you a few of those industries, and you tell me, is your industry oversaturated? Hairstylist, oversaturation. Oh, you got a bundle line of weaves that go with your hairstyling empire? Oversaturation. Oh, let me find out. You're an event planner. Oversaturation. Maybe you're a virtual assistant. I'm sorry. Oversaturation. Oh, no, no, no. I saved the best for last. You're a transitioning life coach. Oh my gosh. Oversaturation. Okay. And back in the day when I first started getting, my whole CEO, I want to start my own business, feet wet on this entrepreneurial journey, I used to be a party promoter. Guess what? Then oversaturation. So it happens. And it happens in tons of industries. But that doesn't mean you hang up your hat and you just say, okay, this is it. That means you have to look at how you market your business completely different. And the reason why it is so important to do this when you are part of network marketing even more than when you start your own business from the ground up is because if you are not careful, you will buy into a dream that you already have this cookie cutter business plan laid out in front of you, and all you have to do is make a small investment in your business, and voila, the money will come rolling in. I say this because once upon a time, this girl used to be a Mary Kay consultant. That's right, no shocks. I'm pink all day. I loved the whole idea of being able to create my own financial independence. And one of the first things you do is you have to read her autobiography. Loved the vision of this woman CEO, Mary Kay. And so I really love the brand. But one of the things that I remember to this day is that an old friend of mine said to me, I really don't want you to be out here just selling lip gloss or selling lipstick or selling face wash. I think there's other things you can do with your brain than that. And I was like, she's right. And so then I also realized that every single person that I had reached out to have a party has already had one point or another in their lives some type of Mary Kay party. So thank God for direction. Thank God for vision. Thank God for clarity. Because at some point, I don't know exactly when, but I know it couldn't have been nothing other than God. I was given an idea to create packages. Even then, I was trying to figure out what was my unique differentiator because at this point, everyone and their moms, literally every single person, and including their moms, their aunties, and even probably their grandmothers, have had, hosted, or attended a Mary Kay party. Oversaturation, right? I know. Just work with me. So I was determined to be different. The first thing I wanted to do was I wanted to have a team because I felt that what I knew I really wanted to do at that time was I wanted to create a business to help small business owners. I know even then prestige was in my blood, but I did not have the confidence to really believe that I could do something with prestige. So I really focused on working a business because at that time, let's just be clear, I was laid off twice in 1 year. I became a consultant. I did not have insurance. And the consultant work that I did really just barely took care of my necessities. It did not take care of everything because of my hourly rate and the amount of hours that I worked. Oh, drama. So, single mom by myself, raising my beautiful daughter, I wanted to do something different. And it just so happened that my boss had a wonderful wife who was a boss with Mary Kay. She was such a boss, and I wanted to be just like her. She used to be VP of HR for a hospital that was well known, and she now was doing Mary Kay full time. Hello, that's what I wanted. The more I would start getting the publications, I would see how much money the national freaking presidents or vice presidents were making. And some were making $100,000 a month. I'm not even going to say some. I'm going to say most. Now, what got me was who they were before they even did Mary Kay. One woman was a VP of sales for IBM and now was killing it in her Escalade. And because, of course, that's paid by Mary Kay. And she was making 6 figures a month, clearly something she was not going to be making as VP of sales for IBM, although I'm sure her salary was quite impressive when she was with them. So I'm like, these boss women who had awesome careers in corporate America made this jump, then it's not so crazy that I'm over here slinging face wash and lipsticks either, right? Okay. Now, what I realized that I had to do to set me apart, and this is what I need all of my girl bosses who are in a market that is oversaturated, this is what I need you to figure out. The first thing you need to do is you need to figure out who your real target market is. I know that, there's going to be this very preliminary targeted market that has already been identified by the actual company. But to tell you the truth, for all of my brown and black and just minority sisters, when you look at the national publication, the national images that are used to really market paparazzi, it's not women of color. So therefore, their target demographic really doesn't match who you are trying to reach out to. So that means that now you have to tap into who are you trying to sell your $5 and $20 jewelry to? What is it that resonates with them? How much money do they usually make? Why do they like this kind of jewelry? Would the person that you are actually reaching out to, will they wear that jewelry? If they get that jewelry and that jewelry breaks, how would they then envision their $5 bracelet, and will they continue to buy? Because even with Mary Kay, the one thing I have to say, I created packages, but I had repeat customers. I had customers who would put in the same orders every single month. I was making $3,000 a month just on my Mary Kay business alone. So the question really becomes, how do you sustain and get your customers to come back? Now, what I do love is that paparazzi jeweler that keeps all her jewelry in her purse and brings out a really cute piece and someone on the fly just buys it for $5. That's awesome. And when they see you the next time, they want it again. I think that's great. I even give kudos to the hairstylists that put it in their windows, or put it on display in their salons, because it's an easy sell. But for a lot of you women who work 9 to 5s, who do not keep it in your bag, guess what? How are you keeping women interested in this? What are you doing? So let me explain to you what I did. And not that I'm telling you to do this, but I realized for me, my targeted audience were young at the time, 20-something-year-old professionals who wanted to be pampered because we were in the beginning stages of making pretty decent salaries. Well, before my 2 layoffs, that was. And we wanted to be able to enjoy the fact that we were living our best life at that time. And a lot of us, we were single, so we were like pampering ourselves. It was like defining our independence. It was a really great time for young professional women. And so what I did is that I literally wore my lab coat everywhere. There were moms who thought that I was a Mary Kay consultant 24/7. They didn't realize I had a 9 to 5 as a consultant for the state of New Jersey at the time. So I literally made sure that I wore my brand all the time. And it's actually really funny because I think I even went overboard. I remember my director laughed and said, "Oh my God, Nicole, your makeup, like, who are you trying to become? Like the Mary Kay?" And I was like, "Oh Lord, too much." But what I decided to do was really tap into that target market of that young professional 20-year-old. So I create these pink packages. And so I remember that I was so blessed to have just people in my circle who wanted to partner with me. So at the time, there was this young nail technician who had stopped working at a local nail salon because her mother was recovering from stage 4 cancer. And so what we did is I said, "Hey, since you're doing house calls, what if when I have pamper parties, I bring you on board and you can do manicures and pedicures and eyebrows and all that stuff?" And she was like, "Absolutely." She was a licensed cosmetologist, so she was, or whatever, nail technician, so she was able to do that. Well, I also found a massage therapist. So guess what? I had pink pamper parties. And then for those who had bachelorette parties, I also had a good friend who sold some adult toys. So then we had the pink passion party. And then I also had a girlfriend who taught like flirty girl dance moves. So we combined all the fun together. Then we had a pamper and shop or shop and pamper party. And that one never really, like, no one really took me on those particular packages, but the Pink Passion and the Pamper Me Pink, let me tell you something. People love those packages all day long. I created a brochure, had them printed out, and whenever I would ask them if they were interested in having a party, whether for a birthday, a bachelorette party, I used to even do freaking graduation parties. And when I did these parties, everything that we did was over the top fabulous. I mean, if I was doing your pampering, then I would make sure I play spa music with pink roses and a crystal vase in the middle of the table. Like, I'm talking about everyone would get their own little kit so they felt like they were being absolutely pampered, since I couldn't do facials because when you're a consultant, you can't. I share that with you to say, when you are really going into a market that is completely different, the first thing you really have to do is you have to find your target market, not the company's target market. That's going to be like the preliminary part, but you have to drill deeper and you have to figure out, who are you going to attract? And whoever it is you're going to attract, you got to figure out, so then why would they be interested? What problem are you solving for them? I mean, anybody who goes into business knows you go into business because you are solving a problem for your targeted market. So what are you solving for your targeted market? Is it convenience? Is it the fact that they can have all the jewelry that they want and they don't have to spend all this money for it? Figure it out. And that's what you are going to really figure what your marketing campaign is going to be on based off of your marketing analysis. So the first thing is figure out your target market. Because at this point, half the people that you're marketing to are frustrated with the brand. Like, they don't want nothing to do with your brand at this point because there's 6,000 other women at the same time marketing the same thing. I'm going to say it one more time. It's the same. Everybody is doing it at once. It's not like they've been around since 1974 and over the years it's been like this. It's like there was this explosion literally within the past 6 months where everybody and their mama became a paparazzi jewelry dealer because it's like slinging crack. It's like, I got it for $5. So you have to figure out what is going to separate you from the masses. Now, here's the awesome thing about you. There is something fabulous about you that is absolutely unique. So you can put a spin on it, but you cannot market this thing as a prepaid ready package. I do not care what they tell you at corporate. That is not true because people are tired of it already. So you have to come from it from a different angle. The second thing is you got to figure out what type of platform are you going to create for them. What are you going to do? Now, I got to tell you, there was this website by the name of Marci Yosef, and I guess you can tell she must be some type of leadership position with paparazzi, because she actually created a whole website towards building your business with paparazzi. And she even has like lead magnets or like, some type of like sales funnel where she's not even worried about selling you $5 jewelry. Because she already knows that's not where the money is. She knows the money is in building her downline. So she's like, or her upline, whatever you want to call it. So she's building her people. So you know what her funnel is? Her funnel is about 10 questions you should ask before joining paparazzi. Genius. Why? Because if you were interested before, now you feel like she's really taking care of you now and you want to see what those questions are and what the answers are going to be. What platform are you building to help your target market? And if you aren't building a platform other than just creating the website that they've given you for buying jewelry, you are missing out on a great opportunity to really, really build a substantial business that can sustain great income on a monthly basis. The next thing, find the real you in business. Like, just because it is network marketing does not mean that once you sign up and you let everyone know that you are going to sell this product that already is part of a well-known brand, that you're going to be successful. No, you still have to figure out Who's your targeted market? You still need to figure out your mission and your vision. What are your goals? Why are you doing this? How does this further help an issue for your targeted market? What is your targeted market's opinions or attitudes or perception of the brand you are representing? This is all work you still have to do as a CEO. You don't just get to sit back and just send out text messages and put up posts on Facebook about selling jewelry. No, because there's no newness to it anymore. There's nothing new. And maybe at this point, you don't even need to use the paparazzi name until I click on the link, because at this point, you just need to figure out what even styles the people that you're reaching out to like. I got to tell you, it's a hit or miss for me. I'd rather buy the $20 jewelry than the $5 jewelry any day. And you know what's funny? Some of these consultants know that, and they only sell the $20 jewelry because they're smart. Because guess what? You got to put in the same amount of effort to sell a $5 necklace as you do for a $20 necklace. I learned that from Adriana Langford, who said your $400 client, you got to put in the same effort and energy into getting them to sign on the dotted line as the client who is going to purchase or retain your services for $4,000. And that has always stayed with me. So why sell yourself short? Go big or go home. And as you're selling, who are you helping to build other CEOs? Find the CEO in you when you are building this business. So I'm going to wrap it up, okay? So the first thing, remember, this is not just towards these awesome bling girl bosses. This is for anyone who finds themselves in an oversaturated market. So the first thing you need to do is really hone in on finding your target market. You do that through market analysis. You do that through identifying the attitudes and perceptions of your target market with the brand that you have and the industry that you're in. And you even have to ask yourself, like, get to basics. What problem am I solving for the targeted market? I guarantee you, for those of you who do this, you will be more effective in your sales than those who think that just putting up a link is going to work for you, okay? Secondly, create a platform for them. Now, this doesn't mean get on lives and sell jewelry and show them the different jewelry, but really, like, what are your interests? Are you a stylist that accessorizes things and you want to show all the pieces and you can create affiliate links or actually links to get the whole look? Like, what is your platform? What is it that you're passionate about? You got to figure that out, all right? So create a platform for your targeted market. And secondly, don't forget that when you decide to become a business owner, even when it is under the guise of network marketing, you still have to be a CEO. You still have to run your business. So with that, this is your girl, Nicole Doss, saying that I hope that you can take all of these very simple tips, apply them to your business today, and I hope it helps you in connecting with your audience and being more successful with your sales. All right, guys, have an awesome, blessed day. Bye.